What's up YouTube, it's Kaijudoproject here, making my first video for YouTube. So today we're going to cover a deck profile, and it's the Water Dark Control. This deck has been made by putting together just two of the structure decks from the Kaijudo Battle Pack structure decks. Yeah, so it's a very simple and easy to make deck. It's pretty cheap as well. As this series progresses, I'm going to be adding newer cards to this deck, and I'll show you guys how to improve the deck. The deck is very controlling and it's pretty good, and you can win a few duels. Yeah, so let's get started. All you need is two structure decks from the Tatsurin vs Razor Kinder structure deck. Yeah, so the water aspect of it, the deck is to mainly draw cards and is to bounce back problematic opponent monsters, or creatures as they're called in this game. Yeah, so let's start off with, we have two Ice Blades. It just helps to get rid of trouble when you're making game pushes. And two Refis. If I was playing three structure decks, I probably would have played a third one. It's a very good early game blocker. Now we move on to the cards which allow us to draw in this game. This is how this deck wins. It has card advantage over other decks. So here I have Aqua Seneschals. We play three of those. And then we play three more Hydro Spies. Hydro Spy is always a +1 in my opinion. When you summon it, it replaces itself, so it's a very good card. So you play three Hydro Spies. And then next I played three Spy Missions. They're not good in the shield triggers, but with this deck you actually get quite a few mana and you draw lots of cards. So yeah, it can be pretty useful. It's a +1 card anyway. So use one card, you draw two cards, so you +1. So we play three Spy Missions. And then the big blocker of this deck is Frogzuka. We play three Frogzukas. This is just to stop your opponents from attacking you, and especially rush decks, which can be problematic. This actually managed to block them. So you get advantage that way. And finally I play one Teleport. Teleport is a very good card. It gets rid of big monsters on the field and it lets you draw one card. So it always replaces itself, so it's never a minus. In the dark section, what I have is two Brain Squirmers. A few of you might be wondering why I'm playing Brain Squirmers in this deck. This is because the deck plays 10 blockers, so you can easily summon this and attack and have your blockers to protect this. So it applies a little bit of pressure if you want earlier on. And in the end, obviously, when you're making your big pushes, you have enough blockers for this thing to survive anyway. Also, you need a few attackers in this deck. Considering you're playing 10 blockers, you need something to attack with, something small. And it's a nice early game 2-drop, which can get you a quick early advantage. Next we have a very good blocker which is called Skeeter Swarmer. It's a shame that this card kind of dies early, but it deals with most level 4s or lower. So we play three of those. Then Skull Cutter. Skull Cutter can be used to crash into big monsters which might be problematic, like the big, that's what am I thinking of. For example, if your opponent has a Tatsurin you can't get over, for instance, you can just attack the Tatsurin with a Skull Cutter and then destroy that Skull Cutter. Or if your opponent has a big blocker, you can crash into the blocker and so on. So yeah, we have Skull Cutters. Next, the other blocker of this deck is Dream Pirate. Very good card. It gives you the option of attacking. So yeah, it's good at a late game when you're trying to make game pushes. The MVP of the deck, in my opinion, is Fumes. It's a very good card. When you summon it, it makes the opponent ditch a card from their hand. Late game, early game, whatever, this card is amazing because it always makes the opponent -1 from their hand and limits their options. So play three of those. And next we play Bone Blades. You have to play three of these. It's a shield trigger, destroys any untapped level 4 or lower. So yeah, it's a very good card. And then I play two Death Smokes. This is just to get rid of the big monsters which Bone Blades can't get rid of. So I play two of these. It just gets rid of blockers, anything you want really. So the primary finish in this deck is Zargon the Bone Knight. We play two of these, 6,000-7,000. Can deal with most level 6s or lower, and it actually can tie with loads of level 7s. It's a very good card, double breaker, so amazing card. And the best card, best spell in the game so far is Terror Pit. So we play two of these, sorry, because this is only two structure decks put together. And the final card of the deck is you have to play two Razor Kinders. When it's summoned, get rid of untapped creature. So it's an amazing card that way. Yeah, so that was the structure deck. As soon as I get dojo cards, I will be improving this deck, and you guys can see how it goes on. If you enjoyed watching this deck profile, please subscribe and like the video, so I'll continue to make more videos. The next video coming up is to see what happens when I put together 2 of the Tatsurin decks. Yeah, so this is the Kaijudo project signing out. Laters, guys.